Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets, and today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8. This was announced last night. There wasn't too much that hadn't been leaked in the press that everyone knew about, but I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I've taken away in terms of impressions from the Note 5. The first thing is that the design of the Note 8 is very similar obviously to the S8 Plus, but it's a bit more squarer, and I actually prefer the Note 8 squarer looking design. I think that looks smarter, and potentially you'll have more grip because the sides aren't as curved. Still curved, but not as curved. So obviously slightly bigger than the S8 Plus marginally, with its 6.3 8-inch screen. But because it's obviously tall and fairly narrow, it's not too bad to hold. So from that point of view, that's really good. But again, I don't like the fingerprint sensor way up next to the camera module. The other thing with this aspect is that because of the space needed for the S Pen, the battery is slightly smaller than the S8 Plus. So that'll be interesting to see how that works when you've got all that electronics and software and all the features pumping away, whether in standby, yes, but in actually using the juice, will it last a day or will it need charging at some point? So in terms of the S Pen, if you had the Note 7, I was fortunate enough or unfortunate enough, I actually had 2 Note 7s. One was a dual SIM import, one was the standard single SIM, and obviously both didn't last very long. So it's very interesting seeing some of the software features with the S Pen. They are very similar to what was on the Note 7, a couple of refinements. But again, if you like the stylus, you may not use it all the time, but it does have use and it does come in handy for certain tasks. So that's quite good to see. And, you know, they haven't really changed software much, as I mentioned, which, you know, is a good thing as well because it's consistent. But again, it'd be interesting to see how smooth that is. Like all Samsungs, once you use them for a while, you know, there is a lot running there. So you've got to expect it's not going to be as fast as something like a Pixel, but does it really matter in day-to-day use? Probably not. One of the key differences is the dual cameras on the back. This is the first flagship from Samsung, first phone with dual cameras. The main difference is the first dual system where both the wide and the telephoto have OIS and they work in conjunction with each other. I'm very excited to see that. The rest of the specs are very similar to the S8 Plus in terms of specification of the pixels and everything on the cameras. So again, it's down to how good they've optimized that software. And this is very exciting because you've then got a competent front shooter, competent rear shooter with telephoto, with OIS, fast. It could be a killer combination. But again, proofs in the pudding. From some of the shots I've seen, they've been good. So let's just see how that all pans out once I get my hands on it. And with the new dual system, there's the new live focus where you can actually adjust the bokeh on the sort of portrait type of effects, but you can have a live focus where you can adjust the blur literally live in front of you, and then even afterwards you can go back in and adjust the actual blur again, or you can, it takes 2 shots on the live focus mode. It also takes a shot from the normal wide so you can compare photos and decide which one to keep. Again, useful. That sort of stuff I quite like. But one thing that can't be ignored is the price. UK £869, nearly $1,000. In Canada it's over $1,000. Very expensive. It's got a £100 premium on the S8 Plus. But phones are expensive. The only difference is because the S8 Plus has been out a while, you can get it for a lot less. You can save another £100 easily on the S8 Plus pricing, so that's a difference of £200. So it's the S8 Plus with a stylus and dual cameras and the S Pen worth £200? Probably, if you like that sort of thing, if you're a Note fan, then you'll probably go for it. But it is very expensive, so it's not a decision to make lightly. So again, really, let's see what I think of it and see what other people think of it as well. If you've got one, let me know what you think as well. But mainly, I think overall, for me, the key takeaway is it's the only phone with a stylus. Now Samsung now have come into the world with dual cameras, both with OIS on the back. That's brilliant. So let's just see how it goes. These are my top 5 first impressions. I'm Gavin from gavinsgadgets.com. Catch you guys soon. Look out for all the new reviews coming. Cheers. Bye for now.